Terrance! Terrance, what time is it? Terrance!
Yep.
Terrance!
Yep.
Where are you at? Oh, get it, Terrance! Get it, Terrance! Peanut butter banana. We was getting it that time. We was getting it. All right, let me make sure it's up on here. Oh, we are live. I got my comment, because my comments don't work on the screen. Right, so I got to get my comments up. Got to get our comments up. But yeah, I'm a little late today. I am like 15 minutes going late, but
Amanda, you know you my homegirl. You know I'm not mad at you. You know everything is good.
I know. Look, Terrance, I was like 5 minutes. You were like, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm waiting. So I knew it was all good. But I look cute when I come right out the shower. Look at that. Get the little wet.
I like when your hair is wet. We just that looks cool. Yep.
I should be up in the ocean with my Momo.
Hey, you know what though? I was not thinking about that, but you could be Mira. Wow.
See, I got the red hair. I look good wet. I could totally be her.
Yep.
Jason, are you listening?
Yep, and then I can be Black Manta and I could beat up Aquaman. That's how we gonna do it. But
didn't Black Manta and didn't he fight Merida too? Did they ever fight?
You mean in the movie? Because the first time it was Black Manta and his dad, and then the second time,
I know in the movie,
like Merida was dealing with those other Atlanteans.
Mm-hmm. I know in the movie they wasn't. But in the comics, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna be
in the comics, Black Manta, he fights everybody, even the villains. Like
you can't.
And if he doesn't agree, he'll fight him.
You're supposed to be my bodyguard. You can't be fighting me.
No, I'm not gonna fight you, man. No, I'm talking about Aquaman. Like, he gonna be looking at me like with his trident. I'm like, what you want? What you gonna do? Down?
He don't
scare
you.
My motivation, it comes from one place, and that's me. See, with Black Manta in the movie, it stemmed from his father. But see, with me, it's limitless. I'm like, as long as I'm still breathing, I'm gonna keep coming after you. Anybody getting away, I'm gonna assume they want to die too. That's how I'm handling it.
He'd be like, talk to your fish. Get your fish over here too, and I'll fight them. Get them all. Get your whales and your fish and your sharks. I ain't afraid. Terrance ain't afraid.
He gonna bring a big ass shark, man. I'm like, okay, now you want to cheat, so you want to have some help. No, why don't you fight me with your bare hands, Aquaman?
You would call Aquaman out like that. You'd be like, listen, half human. You'd be like, listen, half human.
Put my foot 10 miles up your ass and then steal your trident. That's how I know,
Terrance. You be calling oh my, that was funny. You know that was funny. Listen, half human.
That's what I would, Amanda, I would say it to him too. I'm like, look, half human. See, now I know why you so dumb. You got that human in you. Like, I tell him, man.
All right. But today we're not talking about Aquaman. I said, I said, me and Terrance, Gotham didn't come on this week. I want to talk to Terrance.
Got 1 more week after that, and then, yeah.
It's come back on next week, right? Next week?
I think it's 1 more week because it was 2 weeks, for the break.
Yeah. I'm sad. But that's all right. Because we'll think of something else. But I said, Gotham didn't come on this week. What are me and Terrance going to talk about? Well, they just had that rumor about Edward in Twilight sparkling up as Batman. And I said, if anybody knows Batman, I know, Terrance, Batman is his favorite. Batman is your number one, right?
Yep.
Batman is your number one. So if anybody's we're gonna talk about Batman. So if I can pick anybody to talk about with this new rumor, I was like, I gotta pick Terrance. Gots to pick Terrance.
Okay, look. Just a little backstory before I dive into
all right. Let's hear the backstory.
Back when Twilight 1 was coming out, I was in my car driving with my friend. We stopped at a red light. I look up, I see a little billboard, and it looked like some vampires. Now, I'm a huge fan of vampires and werewolves. Like, you picture any movie or show, like, I've seen it. Like, there's some I haven't, but I love vampires and werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, let's go see this. I had no idea that it was just this huge selling book or any of that. I just saw the billboard. We
I didn't know either.
Big theater room, Amanda, and it was empty, right? 6 minutes passed, 5 girls come in. Then 10, then 20. They were increasing number. And then me and my friend, we were like, what? This must be popular with the ladies, right? So then before we knew it, like, you see a guy come in, he has the girlfriend or the wife, whatever. But it's like, aside from me and my friend, there were maybe 5 other guys, probably forced to go by the girlfriend or the wife, and then the rest were women. I was surrounded by so many women. I was like, I've never had this experience before, all in the same room like that, right? So the movie starts, and then they start doing, like how Tessa be fanning the eyes and stuff.
When she does her reactions, when she starts, because she cried and like, okay,
I looked at my friend, I was like, we don't know what we got ourselves into. So I'm watching the movie, and I was enjoying it. I was like, okay, this is entertaining. This is not like a good movie. I'm like, this is like bad, but it was like entertaining, because I was like, okay, I'm interested in these characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and then every other word, the girl was like, oh my god. I was like, can I hear the movie, please?
You was that right? Oh, you was getting mad. They was that loud.
Amanda, I'm not playing. I swear, like, it just, all these women were just throwing their panties at the screen, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I get it. Like, he's handsome, the vampires are handsome, I get it, I understand, but I would like to know what he's saying. So eventually they do, like, kind of shut up and stuff, because when I'm watching comic book movies, I'll cheer and stuff, and, I'll try not to disrupt others, so I get where their fandom is coming from, but I was just trying to watch the movie. So I saw all the Twilight films in the theater, right? And each time there was so many women with that same kind of reaction, like, he could just walk on screen and they just would start screaming, man. I'm like, look, I'm not the biggest fan of Robert Pattinson, but if you can get a bunch of women tossing their panties at you and yelling your name, you're doing something right. You're doing something right.
I'm gonna tell you a secret, Terrance. Now, I never read the books before the movie. This is what happened, right? This is what happened. I didn't know nothing about the books. Nothing about those Twilight books. The movie is about to, people like, oh, Twilight's coming out. I was like, what, Twilight? They're like, oh, you don't know about Twilight? I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm asking. Of course I don't know. What? I'm asking, what's that about? They're like, oh. And then they told me about the books, like all these books. And they're like teenager books, right? They're like they're written for teenagers, I would say. They're written for teenagers.
Written for teenage girls. Like, I'm
teenage girls. But I was still into it, because even though, like, Harry Potter's written for teenagers, but I was all reading those as an adult. So yeah. So I was all reading those, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna read these, and I like to try. I got into it. I was all woo, and then look, Robert Pattinson get up there. I brought 2 pairs of panties to throw up there at the screen, Terrance. I brought 2 pairs. I was like, woo, Robert Pattinson.
Let me tell you this. Like, I was Team Jake. Like, I was for the werewolves, Amanda.
Okay. I love me some more. I can see that.
Because for me, in the Twilight universe, normally I lean more towards vampires. Like, I love werewolves too, but often I'm drawn to vampires, right? But in this, I was like, I like the werewolves more.
And you know why? I think it's because the vampires in this was made to be pretty, right? You don't think of vampires like, these were pretty vampires. So you're like, these ain't like, they ain't that tough. They out there sparkling. They're out there just sparkling and stuff.
It's funny that you say that, because when it comes to vampires, like I've seen so many, and oftentimes when someone will think of a vampire, they will think of, the handsome man, the very sexy woman. But sometimes, like, if you look at something like 30 Days of Night, they got the long nails, the sharp teeth are hanging out. They just look like they're going to eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Amanda. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't be playing. But, the whole point of the vampire, like, if you remember the black and white classic horror monsters like Dracula, they're supposed to look a certain way to lure you in. they're unassuming. And then when you let your guard down, they're like, surprise!
No, it's true. It's true. You're drawn to that. You're drawn to that. But this is the thing. All right. So he's up on screen, sparkling, Robert Pattinson, sparkling in all the movies. He was sparkling in all of them, all of the movies. I can't now take that out my head and put him in a bat suit. I'm like, I can't. Like, this is the thing. And I will tell you, I did the same thing for you like Star Wars? I don't remember. Do you like Star Wars? Okay. I love Star Wars. So the new Star Wars, Cal Reno, or what, I forget name. Kylo Ren, the guy who plays him with the black shaggy hair or whatever.
Yeah, I like that actor. He's Adam Driver.
Great actor, right? Great actor. But I first seen him on the HBO show Girls. Did you ever see that girl? You ever seen that show? And he was just this.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, he was this big, goofy, and so now every time I watch Star Wars, and he's up there, Cal Ren, and he's a great actor. He's great at it, but I can't get that out of my head. I cannot get him that out of my head, and it's gonna be the same with this thing. They say if Robert Pattinson is Batman, I'm not gonna be able to get the sparkling vampire out of my head. Can't.
I'll tell you this in all fairness to Robert Pattinson, like, I've seen him in other movies, and he actually does have some acting chops, right? And I've noticed that he's getting better as an actor. Mm-hmm. But, like, when I think of my boy Batman Bruce Wayne, it's like he doesn't really fit to me. Like, that's like a person where I would have to see it, and he would have to prove me wrong. But just off of hearing it, I was like, nah, fuck that. Nope.
He is like, he was in some movie when they were in the circus or with animals or something. What was that movie? You know what I'm thinking of.
I've seen him in a couple of films, but it's like, for me, they were like forgettable.
Yeah,
like,
the films weren't nothing. Yeah,
all his films,
but you could his acting chops in them. Like, you could see. Oh, he was. Right. I was like,
I remember his acting. Like, okay, he was pretty good in this, but aside from that, like, I can't recall the titles because the movie itself didn't stick out to me.
So Tim Raven says, "What do you think about Ben Barnes as Batman? Jigsaw from The Punisher."
That's okay, but I don't quite care for that one either.
I don't even know who that is. I don't remember who that is.
Between him and Robert Pattinson, I would pick him over Robert Pattinson. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, with the actor that played Jigsaw in The Punisher, he did a very, very good job, by the way. I saw season 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. He's even more amazing in season 2. I
haven't watched season 2 yet. I haven't watched season 2 yet. Mm-mm.
Okay, I won't get into spoilers, but like, you've seen him in the trailer, like how he looks, right? Handsome dude. Yeah. His face is not like all ugly, like how it's supposed to be.
Like it should, yeah. I saw in the trailer he just had a couple scratches. I was like, oh no, that's not. He's
like, how the hell does Punisher look more messed up than you? Like, how did that happen?
You got Jigsaw. You got that for a reason. Your face supposed to be all
right. Right, like, but it's just one of those things because I'm like, aside from that nitpick though, like, the season was good. Like, it's just a little nitpick because of my fandom, but if I remove that, then I'm like, he did a good job. So I know he can act, but there is a such thing as miscasting Tim Raven, which means that even though an actor or an actress has proven that he or she can act, that doesn't mean that they're suited for every kind of role, right? Mm-hmm. So, one of the main things that a lot of humans are talking about now, speaking of miscasting, would be Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. Now, I haven't seen it. Like, I've enjoyed the trailers and the clips and stuff, and I hope it's good. Like, cause I'm a Marvel fan. I don't want to see a bad Marvel movie. I want it to be good. Like, but it's like one of those things, like, I understand the criticism because, they're coming at it from a fan perspective, from an acting perspective, like certain women that they feel should have played the character. Yeah. And I get that, but I'll be able to judge it more fully when I see it. And then I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to be like, hey, it's great because it's Marvel. I'll be like, no, if I think it's bad, I'm going to say it. If I think that she doesn't fit the role, I'm going to say that too.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I get you. And I'm with you there. I'm like I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be great. In my heart, it's going to be great. But there ain't that little piece in the back of my mind to be like,
yeah,
you know, you got that. I got that little piece in the back of my mind, like, I'm like, I can see where it cannot be. Like right now,
yeah.
Number one movie this year is gonna be Endgame. Endgame's gonna be great. I don't have a doubt. I don't have any little doubt. I was like, Endgame's.
You know what, Amanda? There might be a couple other films that might take that position. It could be Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah.
It could be the next Star Wars movie, right?
Yeah.
And what else am I forgetting? There's like a couple other ones where
Shazam. Shazam. They're like, people are talking up Shazam. They're like, this could be
Shazam might be. Look, Shazam to me from a comic book perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a comic book movie, it looks insanely accurate.
Yeah.
Like to the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a couple minor changes, but for the most part, it's just like, that's a comic book movie.
Yeah.
When I watch it, then I'll be able to go, okay, is this a good movie? But I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of liking and not liking, I don't like Robert Pattinson as Batman. No, hell no. Hell no.
I knew that. I was like, he cannot be the favorite Batman all time is his favorite, and he's gonna be okay with Robert Pattinson as Batman. I knew that.
Now, see, like, cause it's funny because with the history, now this is just a rumor, right? We have to keep that in mind, but let's just say they cast him. He would fall into the category of actors that have played Batman that have been doubted by people.
Yeah.
Like that was Michael Keaton.
Okay, so that was the next thing.
To some degree.
Right.
That was also Ben Affleck.
Terrance, that was gonna be another thing. I want to look back at like the recent people that play Batman, from Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney.
Good, like
I liked Val Kilmer. So is that go? I'm trying to go in order. Was it Val Kilmer? Was it all right? Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, then George Clooney, right? And then
we're missing a couple, Amanda, because it's actually there were about 2 or 3 actors before Adam West that played Batman.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I won't remember those. I won't remember.
Right, and then after those 2 or 3
I'm saying these old ones. I'm thinking recent movies that I'm gonna remember because I don't remember those.
That's fair. Okay, let's start with Adam West then, because you had Adam West.
I know Adam West.
And Keaton, right? Then, like how you said, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, which is by far the worst one.
Everybody agrees with that. I don't think there's a Marvel DC fan, no non-superhero fan that don't agree that George Clooney was the worst. Like everybody, like you can go on the street.
You had Christian Bale and then Ben Affleck. So to me, the bar is for the worst would be Christian Bale. I mean, George Clooney. I'm sorry, Christian Bale. I didn't mean it.
Freudian slip. Was that a Freudian slip? Because Terrance, unpopular opinion. Terrance,
George Clooney is the worst one.
Yeah, but unpopular opinion. Christian Bale's not even the best for me. Like top 3. No. Maybe.
I can respect that though, because look, as long as you don't say George Clooney, which if somebody feels like that, that's their opinion. I'll try not to shoot them with a shotgun, but that's their opinion. But if you like, who do you like the best as Batman, Amanda?
I love Michael Keaton. I did.
I love Michael Keaton too. George Clooney is the only one that I didn't like. So me, like my number one Batman is Ben Affleck. Like really? I feel like he killed it as Bruce and Batman. Like his Batman separated the two, in my opinion, to where the other actors, like they just were Bruce Wayne, and then they put on the mask. They're supposed to be separate. Yeah, like Bruce Wayne is the act. Mm-hmm. That's the pretend. Like that's Batman's secret identity. You need to make people think that you're something else. Mm-hmm. And when he puts on that cowl, he's a whole different beast. And I saw that with Ben Affleck, and I really appreciate that. However, I do love Michael Keaton a lot. Mm-hmm. Adam West, of course. Yeah. And even like Kevin
That's what I said. It's probably going, but it's because I'm like an OG. I'm like Adam West. But Michael Keaton's probably my favorite. I'm not like like, I don't hate Ben Affleck as Batman, but I didn't like him. I didn't. Probably because but I probably played a good role but he played the older version of Batman. You know, he's older. He's like done his stuff. He's tired. He's like, you know, so then I'm just like, for that, being that part that he played, I think he probably did well. For me, that character, I was just like, I want to see Batman up at his prime, you know?
Like, I feel like I respect that, but it's like, for me, because in Batman v Superman, whether it's the theatrical cut or the ultimate cut I think is better. Like, the theatrical cut, I gave it a D-, and the reason why I didn't give it an F is because of Batman, because he was so good. But the ultimate cut, I gave it a C+, so it was a little better. You know, not an A or anything, but it was better to me. But, like, in Batman v Superman,
that scored low for you.
We still good, Amanda? Okay, yeah. Do we freeze or are we still good?
I think we're good. Did yours freeze?
Wait, can you see am I moving?
I see all of you, Terrance. I see it all. You don't see me? Can you hear me?
No, I can see you. It just seemed like it was lagging for a second.
Oh, maybe.
Are we good?
I'm good. Uh-oh. What's happening?
Is it just me or is it?
I think it's just you.
In my screen, like, I'm still moving, but.
And I'm over here watching because I have it up on my phone and I'm watching over there and it looks good.
Okay, we good. I was just making sure, but in Batman v Superman, like, his Batman was really, like, more serious and, you know, he was killing the criminals. Like, that one warehouse scene is something that, like, Batman fans, we were just throwing the hands in the air. It was just an orgasmic moment because he was being the Batman from the comics, like, with his brutality, with his superhuman strength, even though he's a human. Like, when he would punch people through the ground floor and throw them through the wall, I'm like, that's my Batman.
Yeah.
That is how he's supposed to get down. And it was awesome. And then in Justice League, he was more relaxed because usually when he's with the Justice League, he is more relaxed. Mm-hmm. So in a way, Ben Affleck sort of played two different versions of Batman.
True.
Which is unusual for the same actor to do that. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, that's why I said I think it was like he played all right, but then like he's knowing he's tired, like he's getting old, he's starting those bruises are wearing on him, you know. So it's like through Ben Affleck.
I like that you noticed that because in the comic book storyline, there's an animated movie called Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
If they would have made Batman v Superman like that, then I could, like, that probably to me would end up being like the best comic book movie. Like, that would be the top bar. But they didn't do it like that because when you read those two, there is so much very well developed characters, especially in regards to Batman and Superman. And you are really forced to pick a side, like who you want to win. And if you have been following these characters, there's a strong emotional state. Like, it's one of those storylines where if you do it properly, you have to build up to it for, like, I would say, like, maybe 5 years you build up to it. Like, you need some years. Like, that kind of storyline, you'll do it a disservice if you just do it right off the bat. They did it rather quickly, and because there was no strong emotional investment, it just didn't really work out the way that they wanted it to, on top of Warner Brothers messing with everything all the time. See, Marvel Studios, they don't have that problem. Kevin Feige, he does his thing, he picks who he wants, and everything is fine. Warner Brothers, they always getting in the way, and that part pisses me off, because I'm like, Zack Snyder, he didn't get to do what he wanted to do. Warner Brothers was like, no, you can't do that. Reshoot this. Do this entire scene over. I'm like, well, damn. Of course you're going to get a mess and people having mixed feelings when the studio keeps getting in the way. Like, what do you expect?
All right. This is the other thing I want to know, Terrance. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you say you don't like Robert Pattinson for Batman. First, I want to hear reasons, okay? Other than, like, the Twilight stuff. If you can get that out of your mind, the Twilight stuff.
What's already out of my mind? Because that's why I said, out of respect for him, I was acknowledging his acting skills, right? But continue. You were saying you want to know why.
The reason, number one, the reasons that you don't think he's going to be a good Batman, that you wouldn't want him to be. But also, I want to hear, like Tim Raven was asking, if you think Ben Barnes or whatever. Do you have any ideas, like who would you choose then? And you don't think Robert Pattinson? Who would you choose then to follow roles of Batman? So first, number one, reasons you didn't like Robert. No for Robert Pattinson.
Okay, so with Robert Pattinson, all right. In terms of Robert Pattinson, I'm like, when you are an actor, you have to like embody the role, right? I don't feel like his acting skills are good enough to fully embody the character. Like, I'm not convinced of that, like, based off of the stuff that I've seen him do. So he has to prove it to me. Like, right now, I look at it percentage-wise, I'm like 99%. Like, if I had to bet that he couldn't do it, I would bet money on it. But he is someone that may surprise me, but I'm just not convinced. Like, because with Batman, he is one of the most complicated characters in comic book lore. Because even though when you see him, he doesn't smile and, you know, somebody might be like, well, he doesn't have much personality and emotional range. There's a lot of stuff going on in his head that plays a factor with how the storylines play out. You know, he could be really angry. He could be sad, but he won't let you see it. You know, sometimes he'll confide in Alfred. Sometimes there's a Robin. Sometimes the Robin is dead. You know, there's so many different ways to play him, and I'm just not convinced that he can fully embody the character. I'm not.
So going up for our second thing, who would be good? Evan's got some ideas, and Evan said John Hamm is the perfect Batman. Now, I don't know much like
John Hamm. Okay,
let me tell you before we go. Is John Hamm? This is all I think I know about him. Isn't he the guy with the big stuff? Like he always wears the pants where he shows his big thick bulge poking out. You know what I'm talking about, Terrance? You've seen it. Is that John Hamm? That's John Hamm. That's all I know about him. That's all I know. That he walks around with probably no underwears or something, and then stuff is always kind of bulging out, and people are looking at it, and it looks big. So that's all I know about John Hamm. That's all I know.
John Hamm, he is a very talented actor. I personally think that he falls into the underrated category.
What was he in?
A recent film would be Baby Driver. If I'm thinking about the right actor, like he was good in that. If I'm thinking of the right actor. If I'm thinking about the right actor.
Oh, Ryan! Ryan said John Hamm's too old. He said...
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say his age is just close to Ben Affleck, and, you know, they're trying to cast someone younger, so because of his age, he would be disqualified.
Well, the other idea Evan said was Eric Bana, and Ryan said he thinks Eric Bana and both John Hamm are way too old. But Ryan says Pattinson has it nearly in the bag. He's going. Ryan, are you just saying you think he has it in the bag, or you're rooting for him? Because I want to know.
I think a lot of these is like it's the age is the problem.
Yeah,
not so
I
much
can see it. I see it. So you're saying this one they're going to go for a younger one. You got to go.
Yeah, because he has to be in his early 20s because Matt Reeves wants to focus on, you know, the detective aspect of Batman, him using his intellect, which has been greatly missing from live action movies. They've had it in the animated movies. Like, usually the animated DC movies are better than the live action. And I wish they would do them like that, even though I appreciate the creativity that they do with the live action, because I never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is this? What is that? What version of this character? Oh, speaking of which.
Well, wait.
Real quick.
Ryan said he's the only one who broke the scoop to Boss Logic. Ryan knows people. Pattinson, number one on the list.
These mentions are not, they're not like bad or anything. It's just the age, Amanda. Because you need someone that can carry a film for a trilogy or something. Like if the new one does well, they're going to want that actor around.
Yeah, you're right. But, when I first came on this stream, I'm like, no to Robert Pattinson. No. But when I sit here and trying to think of someone else, anyone else that could take the place, the list is like this. I can't think.
Well, I mean, it's like there's not. See, with me, it's more of like I don't really often have too many actors and actresses in mind to play certain roles, but it's more of like bring someone to my attention and I will immediately tell you yes or no. It's the same thing with casting. When people come in and stuff and they make recommendations, you're like, nope, yep, or nope. And then you have the maybe.
Well, he said, Evan said, wanna laugh? WB announced an Aquaman spinoff called The Trench.
Well, look, the Trench, the creatures themselves, if you do a movie about that, you have to understand that you can tell the story of all the creatures in the ocean, not just them. And for people that like Finding Nemo, if you remember how popular that movie is, why wouldn't they watch that? Isn't Finding Nemo about a bunch of sea creatures? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't think about that, did you?
I was over here reading The Rover, Good Times, High Times. Pattinson has range. Oh, look, Ryan is, I think Ryan.
He has range, but to me, it's not at his peak. Like, if you're going to take on someone like Batman, look, if you play a superhero nowadays and you play him wrong, your career will be extremely hurt by that. That has to be taken in consideration.
I think Ryan, I think Ryan's over. I think that's Robert Pattinson's agent. Ryan, are you Robert Pattinson's agent?
Cause you don't want to be known as the guy that ruined this character.
Yeah, no, that's true. You don't want to be a George Clooney. You don't want to take George Clooney's spot.
George Clooney is lucky in the sense that because he's such a good actor, that he's been in so many movies that are good, it didn't hurt him at all. But if you look at an actor like Brandon Roth, he is the guy that played Superman in Superman Returns. I fucking hate that movie because the only thing that he did in that movie as Superman is he stalked Lois. He stared outside of her window the whole movie, and then he had a son that had asthma, and all he did was pick up some kryptonite at the end of the movie, and then he went into a coma. I'm like, that's a horrible Superman movie. What Superman sits around staring at Lois all day and does nothing else in the movie? What was that?
Super creeper.
Right. Thank you. I was like, why is he doing that? You making my boy look bad. Stop it. So Brandon Roth, his career was done. However, something happened like 4 years back when they was doing the Arrowverse, and there's a show called Legends of Tomorrow, and they said, hey, how would you guys like if Brandon Roth plays Ray Palmer, the Atom? And immediately I was like, that's a great idea. He actually fits that character. To me, he didn't fit Superman. And he's been on Legends and people love him. He's on a popular show that's part of a huge universe. He's doing well. I'm happy for him because I hated Superman Returns. But that's an example of how your career can be dead for years and maybe you'll get an opportunity. That's a good example of that. You can't do Superman wrong and then people gonna forgive you. They're always gonna remember that.
So I was over here reading because Ryan still got Ryan was like, I'm going, and then look, we keeping Ryan here. Ryan is invested in this. He said, I understand why some people are dismissive of Pattinson. I do. But it looks like it's gonna happen. So he's pretty certain that this is gonna happen.
Well, it's just, here's the thing though.
He's a great actor. He said, well, let me finish. He's a great actor. And it's totally different take on the character.
Well, but that take on the character has nothing to do with him. That's about the script, number one. Number two, just because I don't like a choice or how something looks is not an indication of how it will turn out. It might be the greatest thing in the world for all I know, but I'm not convinced. That's my point.
Well, he's gonna, I have not, really, and I posted this on my fan page, like my Facebook page, and every single person, and these were women. These were, cause we have a lot on our Geekly Show page, a lot of women that follow it, that are hardcore, they love their superhero, they love their Batman, And you would think, like you said, when we're talking about Robert Pattinson and the Twilight, and the women were throwing their panties up on the stage at the screen, like they were commenting, no, don't like it. They were no, hate it,
That's a good point.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I'll tell you what though. With rumors, they may or may not be true. Let's just say they cast them.
Oh, Ryan's for sure. Ryan said it's 100%.
I'm gonna because Warner Brothers hasn't said anything. This was somebody online that said, "Hey, what if this were to happen?" Mm-hmm. And it blew up because people were so like, "What is this crap? Mm-hmm. This better not happen."
Yeah.
But like, if it happens, I'm gonna watch it because Batman's my boy.
Yeah.
And it's a comic movie. There is no skipping over anything. If I don't like it, I never have to watch it again.
I watched Suicide Squad 1. I hated it, but I was gonna watch it. And when 2 comes out, I'll watch that too. You know?
Hey, I know how you feel about it. Like for me, it's like it wasn't perfect, but I still enjoyed it. Like for me, I can appreciate when you do certain things with certain characters. Like Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was perfect. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care who you cast, they're not gonna do better than her. Like she was spot on with the character. I'm like Viola Davis. That is like that matchmaking thing that's perfect. Mm-hmm. I'm like that's one of those. Wouldn't it be cool if Viola Davis plays Amanda Waller? Nah, that's never gonna happen. Viola Davis plays Amanda Waller.
So it was those but as the movie in a whole.
Right, the movie. Okay, look. If I'm gonna be honest, the movie in itself is not the greatest thing in the world, but I did enjoy it. I can't deny that. Like, okay, I was entertained.
But so going back to my point with Pattinson, all these women are saying no, hate it. But this is where I'm at. Like when I first heard it, I was like, no. But I'm sitting here, I'm like, well then who? Like, all right, I'm here saying no, but Ben ain't coming back. They need someone younger, like you said. I can't.
Well, at least not in the Matt Reeves one. Yeah. If we're gonna see him, it would have to be in the other ones.
But I'm just sitting here like, well, if he isn't there, who? I can't think of anyone. That's why I said I gotta talk to Terrance about that, because I'm like,
they're gonna pick someone, and it's like because they're seeing countless people to play the character. This is a long process. Like a lot of humans, they really don't understand or appreciate the selection process. It's really difficult to have all these people that have money and they're like, no, I deserve it because I know this person. But they're like, the selection process is super crazy, especially for a superhero. Oh man, it is crazy.
So Ryan said Matt Reeves made back-to-back A+, Planet of the Apes films. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love the Planet of the Apes films. The producing
I'm not questioning Matt Reeves. Look, Matt Reeves is a great
team is who people should be worried about. Okay. Actually had to head off.
What are we worried about?
The producing team. Look, he said I actually had to head off, and he's still here. Ryan, you can't go. We got you. You can't leave. Because then he said Toby Cabell is broke that too. Ryan, you're breaking all this stuff you need to come over here and break some news to us. We want the news, Ryan. You come over here, give us we want to break something cool.
How you think Harley Quinn, Amanda? Harley Quinn premiered in an animated series in the 90s called Batman the Animated Series. Mm-hmm. That's where Harley Quinn started. She didn't start in the comic books. Mm-hmm. So if you want to see how Harley started, you would have to watch that cartoon. I know you're not big on animation, but she's there. Uh-huh. She started as the psychiatrist, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and she had the black and red outfit with the little things sticking off from the side. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how they did her in Gotham, but less color. Okay. Like she looked like that, minus the mask. It wasn't a mask. It was paint, like the Joker. Uh-huh. Except in Joker's case, it wasn't really paint. His face was messed up. But yeah. So a lot of humans, though, they will say she started in the comics because that's their exposure to the character. But I'm like, no. She was on that cartoon. She was a random character that they created for that. And they had no idea that she would blow up in popularity. And then they started putting her in video games and in comic books.
Okay. Where were we heading with this? I'm lost. What were we talking about?
Like, no, I just wanted to say that.
What are we talking about? You ain't doing like Muppets on me now, are you, Terrance? What are we talking
about? I just wanted to mention that because I remember you were talking about it earlier, and now that I talked to you, I wanted to give you that information.
But this is what I need right now. Y'all out there. Where's Ryan?
Okay, I'll tell you this.
If there is that, this is where I want to. This is what I need to end this stream tonight and be satisfied that if everybody's saying no to Robert Pattinson, then who then? Who would you think?
I'll tell you what I want, Amanda. I want a new actor to play Batman. Somebody fresh. You know why? You know why I say that?
Because that's gonna be that's all they're gonna be known as is Batman.
Because when somebody is new, right? When they're a lesser known actor, there's no preconceived notions.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking about, oh yeah, they're this character in these movies. If it's a fresh face, you have to like, oh, who is this? Oh, I think I've seen him in like an episode of a show, but I don't know much about him. And then have him blow everybody away with his performance. That's what I want.
Oh, all right. I can see it. Because that's what I said. I love Robert Pattinson. Love him. But just like, when I just think in the Batman role, I'm just going to see Edward, Twilight. Just like when I watch the Star Wars and see Kylo Ren. I see that goofy guy, that character he played in Girls.
But I'm able to divorce my mind from that. Like, when it's the same way, like, when I watch something, I can go, okay, no, I'm not going to think about that. Or I can, take my fandom and throw it out the window so I can be fair with how I judge, like, anything. Mm-hmm. Because, like, how often is it that you can trust somebody's opinion where they're not going to be biased or they're not going to focus on the wrong thing that would be unfair to whatever they're talking about? You don't get that very often.
Yeah.
And a lot of humans, they don't do that. It's not a crime to be biased or unfair, but it makes it hard for someone to really go, you know what? I feel like even if I disagree with you, I feel like you're still giving me an honest, full-blown opinion, And that's what you want, because then you'll enjoy it more. If you have all these preconceived notions, then you're going to be like, no, you've already, like, thrown the movie out before you've had a chance to watch it, because you already got your mind made up. Mm-hmm. You're like, nah, it's terrible. Nah, it's this and that. It's like, let's see. Like Child's Play. I hated that trailer. I hate the Child's Play trailer. That is not Chucky, Amanda.
I don't like none of those. I don't like none of those scary movies. I don't like none of them.
I'm glad you don't like this one, because I'm like, did Skynet make him? Is this Terminator now? What the hell did I just watch?
You know what? Somebody tried to tell me it was like an alien, like, cause in the first one where someone said in the first, oh, now we're on a different subject, but they said,
I just wanted to say that because it matches the whole, like, you looking at something and then you're like, nah, but I'm still gonna watch it though, even though I don't like how it looks.
Who is Kit Harington? Evan said Kit Harington. Who is that? I don't remember names. Who? Kit Harington.
Who is Kit Harington? That doesn't ring any bells.
No, that don't ring. Kit, because that's what I guess he was saying who should play Batman. I don't know no Kit Harington.
No, that don't ring any bells. Like, not the name anyway. Maybe if I see him, then I'll know, but not the name though. That doesn't ring any bells. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Now I want to Google him. Now I want to go Google. Who is this person? Should I Google? Let me look. Let me bring up my Kit
Harington. Let's
Harington.
See. I know right away if I know him.
I know. That's Jon Snow.
Okay.
Jon Snow. Okay. I could see. He has the look for Batman. He has the look.
I'll tell you this. His face doesn't look like Bruce Wayne. When you are playing a superhero or villain, the one thing that
how much did Val Kilmer look like Bruce Wayne?
Well, I mean, Val Kilmer though, like, he had the jaw.
The jaw. He had the
structure of his head. Like, he looked like Bruce. I'm like, that's Bruce Wayne. He was very handsome. It's like, because when someone's
took that mask off, I was like, that ain't Bruce Wayne.
Well, I mean, with someone's face, like, you can't change it.
Yeah.
But see, with someone's body, they can lose weight, they can put on muscle. You can get them to have a booty if they don't have it. Like, I don't know what's going on with Brie Larson, but Tom Holland has a bigger
Is that why
booty.
you don't like her? Because she'll have no booty? That's why you don't like her.
I didn't say that. Look, Amanda, I like Brie Larson. I said I'm excited. I'm just looking at it skeptical in a certain way.
Yeah, like, you have that worry.
She ain't got no booty. Like, Kevin Feige hired a butt double, Amanda. Why would you do that if she has booty?
I didn't know this. Is this are you like Ryan? Are you breaking news right now?
I'm going into whatever pops up based upon what we're talking about, and then it just kind of flows in that direction. Like, I'd be on it, Amanda. You know I'd be on it.
I didn't know that. Look, when I go, because we do the red carpets and stuff, if I go out there, and I'm going to ask Kevin Feige about this butt double. I met him once.
Double. Like, that means anytime we gonna see Captain Marvel's ass and shit, it ain't gonna be her. It's gonna be some woman named Samantha or something.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm like, Kevin, in the future, if you need some, cause I got a lot of booty right here. If you need a big booty.
Right now, Amanda, I bet you right now you have a better ass than Brie.
I'll be like, Kevin, if you need a big booty girl, one of your superheroes, right here, big booty superhero.
Amanda, look, I haven't even seen your booty, but I bet you from the images that I've seen of Brie, I bet you yours looks better. I bet it. I bet anything.
I gotta tell you this. I don't recall what her booty looks like. I didn't stare at
it. I do. Pay attention to everything.
I didn't check out the trailers like that. I didn't do it.
For me, it's like this. When you're playing a hero, whether you're a female or a male, they have to be built a certain way.
Well, they got to be muscular. And usually a muscular man or muscular woman's got a booty. I can see it.
Different sizes, but even the smallest one, like if you look at Spider-Man, he's not like Superman or Batman big, but he still has tone. You can see all his muscles and everything.
But she's half alien. She might have got the Krees don't have booties. That's what it is. The Krees don't have booties.
Oh my! No, in the comics they do. Have you seen Captain Marvel's ass in the comic? That it's popping out. You can see it around the corner. It's booming. But Brie, like, apparently it's not there. But look, that has nothing to do with if the movie's going to be good or bad. That's just something that I can critique and analyze. That certain Marvel fans, they will never point out. They'll be like, nope, it's perfect. She looks perfect. It's going to be great. Best MCU movie ever. I'm like, can you stop all that Marvel dick riding and let's be honest for a minute?
I wonder why, like, they have these underwears where you can get booty pads. I wonder why they didn't just give her just some booty pads. Maybe she wouldn't wear them because, she is like,
they did.
They did.
Maybe they did on certain scenes, but guess what, Amanda? If you have a butt double or you have some kind of a padding, then it's not really your booty, right? Mm-hmm. It's not really like, because look,
people call it out. They'll be like, that ain't Bree's booty.
Look, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, they all got asses on them. They all look nice. Mm-hmm. What's going on? You gotta look like the characters.
He said, what about Luke Evans? What about Luke Evans?
Look.
I don't know Luke Evans.
Amanda, hey, you should be the booty double for Brie.
I'll be Bree's booty double.
I'm gonna say it in the theater. I'll be like, you see that nice booty? That's my homegirl, Amanda.
Call it out! All right.
You know we be repping each other. I will name you real quick. I'll be like, hey, that's my homegirl right there. Yeah.
It's 6:30 after 6:30. I got to go. Do we want to end it on anything? I still, because Evan said, what about Luke Evans? I don't know who that is. Bard of Asgard.
That's not bad.
Oh, let me go look. I gotta Google again. Luke Evans. Because I don't remember names. Oh.
Like that's not bad, but he wouldn't be my first choice, but I wouldn't be mad at that.
He's sexy.
I would want him over some Robert Pattinson, but I think he's...
Is that him right there? Yes!
Because look, but he's up there in age though.
Yeah,
like,
he does.
We want a younger, young.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, look, age is nothing but a number, right? If you look a certain way, you might be able to do it. But they said it was going to be a really young dude.
Yeah,
that's why
they got to go with somebody young. I mean, but what is Robert Pattinson like in his late 20s?
He's still a young dude, and like he looks young, like, but it's just my problem is like I don't believe that he can play it. Like if I were up there in the casting, Amanda, like I would tell him to leave, Amanda. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You're not playing Batman.
Evan said he's his first pick as Namor. Yeah.
You know what? Evans, now you on point. Mm-hmm. See, before I was like, nah, Evans, you fucking up a little bit. You know them actors a little bit too old.
I don't know. He's got to be in something. He's got to. He needs to be in something.
Zoom in on him. Zoom in on that picture.
Well, they can't see it on there. They can't see it on there. It's just right here for us to look. I was Googling.
If he cuts his hair down a little bit, and you slick it back, you put the underwear on him. Mm-hmm. That is Namor.
Yeah.
You give him little pointy ears like Spock. That is Namor. That is Namor.
Yeah, I see it. No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick right there. I see it. Although Namor never be Aquaman.
No, Aquaman will beat the shit out of Namor. He's like Aquaman will pee in the water and kill Namor. How about that?
All right. We gotta go, right? But next week, I may be back with Gotham. I'm kind of thinking Gotham's coming back next week for some reason.
Has it been 2 weeks? Am I like miscounting one of the weeks? Because it has.
Actually, if you count it from last week, so from last week to this week's 1 week, and then from this week to that next week, right? That's 2 weeks.
Okay, you're right.
So I think Gotham's back. So next week, Friday, I think we'll be back with our Gotham chat, right?
Right. And we might see Bane. We might see my boy Bane.
I've been waiting. I thought we were going to already see him. Remember, I was like, I thought we were seeing Bane. Nope. But he's got to come up soon. How many episodes are left?
Let's see. 5 just finished, so 7 total. Because
they're doing 12, right? Not 22. So yeah, we got a lot left. Then we got a lot left. I'm excited. So they got to bring Bane soon because the last ones are going to be them all like fast forward in the years, right? That's what's going to be the next
stuff I heard about what they're going to do with how when Batman, like when we see him, it sounds bananas. I want to see how they do that.
All right. Evan said, I'll leave you with another wonderful fan cast. Mads Mikkelsen as Dr. Doom. Unfortunately, he played, I don't know. How do you know all these names, Evan?
I know who he's talking about. But first of all, how do we know that? Okay, look, when they bring Fantastic Four over, they would have to use Dr. Doom because Fantastic Four to me, they fucking.
We don't have time to get into this. We don't have time to get into this. I gotta go. You know this is a whole new conversation right here. Well, here's a whole new conversation. See what you did, Evans? Yep. He's trying to keep us around. We gotta go, right? All right, y'all. Till next time. Next week, Friday, back with Gotham with my boy Terrance.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.